Yeah, white walls living life raw. Yeah. See them flashing like I'm cruising with the lights off. Swag clean, plus the rollie got a nice gloss. Cali kid, LA to the Bay, watching like Hoff. Yeah. Nothing like y'all, flip side. White water, yeah, the flow pulling like riptide. They get caught up in the currency. She a fan, I'm the when I hit, yeah, the fly. Get it? Hydro, on the block like the light pole.
Yep.
Yo,
Yeah. Hey, we're back.
It is truth, righteousness, understanding, spirituality, and timing.
That's it.
Otherwise known as the Trust Podcast. I am Linwood's poster child, a.k.a. East Linwood Lock, the LockWest Monster.
I like that.
What's goody?
I might need to get a new moniker.
Hey,
you know
I keep trying to tell you, man.
It's your boy, AJD, _mayor on the gram. Get at me. I can't say I'm Norwalk's poster child because I'm copying off Lock, but I am Norwalk's kingpin.
There it is. There it is. You know, listen, wherever you are and however you may be giving us your time and attention, we truly appreciate it.
We do.
Woo!
We had a little hiatus.
Fire and brimstone we have been through, bro, just to get back to
We had a little bit of a hiatus. We had to get a new spot. We had to get a new studio.
Look at us.
So you see where we at now. Shout out to Podcast House. We out here
Listen,
doing
shout
our
out to
thing.
my man Robbie.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Podcast House for helping us put this situation together.
Yeah.
And now we back in the game.
And now what's up?
God is real.
Now what's up?
Listen, bro. How you been?
How you been?
What you been
Look,
on?
just despite what people may think, even though we haven't shot, I still do talk to this nigga every day. But for the sake
we're
of
best friends. Nigga, we talk every day.
But for the sake of the viewer, I'm good. How are you? How you been? What's new?
I'm excellent, man. You know what I mean? Life has been up, bro. Listen, the wave is up. I'm happy with me personally with the way life is going, but brother, what is going on outside of here?
I was gonna say I've been good. I have been protesting with my Latino brothers. I said, you got the
see,
shirt
listen,
on. Chinga tu madre.
Shout out to the beautiful Norma Fields and Vanessa Gonzalez for plugging me with this wonderful. I got it.
Chinga tu maga.
Chinga tu maga way. Straight out. That's how we feel. You get what I'm saying? We usually don't take political stances on this type of shit, but this is a life stance. This is beyond politics, my man. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not too political. Even though they call me the mayor, I'm not too political.
Yeah, right. The mayor. Which the irony in that is crazy.
Some people have to take issue with.
Right.
Some people take issue with.
Do you blame them?
I do blame them. You know why? Mind the business that pays you. Okay, that's why. That's why I blame them.
The shit you teach your kids.
Absolutely.
Huh? That's funny.
But it is the mayor on the gram. Get at me. The _mayor on the gram. East Lynn was in the building.
Yeah, you already know what it
poster
is,
child.
Man. Listen, Jizzle, it's been a while since we've been in the saddle. It's been a while since we've been here with you guys, here to talk about what it is that, our opinions and our views on the climate, so to speak. And us being at the epicenter of most of this shit.
Absolutely.
Los Angeles, California, bro. I want to dive deep into that.
Before we get into the heavy shit, like,
right.
I know where we want it's heavy.
Sure.
Let's keep it not so heavy. Let's talk about the trial that's coming to an end, okay? Which I caught a lot of flack for early on.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Before you want to talk about the Tory Lanez shit off the rip?
No. Free. First of all, put your umbrellas up. Hey, if you think Tory Lanez is innocent, put your umbrellas in the comments. FYI. No.
This nigga want to talk about the Diddy shit?
Exactly.
You want to talk about that our first fucking day back?
Yes, because you know why?
In the first 5 minutes in?
Yes, because
AJ,
you know why?
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm going to tell you why. I caught a lot of flack and heat for the shit that I was
saying. This nigga's on a defend himself campaign.
I said I expressed my views and points in the allegations that were that he was being charged with early on. I personally didn't see all what was happening. I wasn't with it. I spoke on that. Got a lot of hate for that.
And
a lot
now
of female
what? Now
hate.
what do you feel?
And now I'm saying, listen, now you done seen the trial. Okay? If you've been watching the trial.
So what are you feeling some sort of vindication?
I feel some vindication already because they have to have dropped a lot of those charges already.
She's not as innocent as she painted herself to be. Like,
it's not really about her innocence because she was never on trial. My issue was with all they were painting Puffy as and all the charges that he had. Were those charges going to stick or not? I don't feel that the state or for this case, the federal government has proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt at all. All they did was talk about him beating up Cassie, which he's guilty of. Okay.
So wait, hold on.
And I'm not.
Hold on.
I'm not arguing that.
Let me stop you right here.
Okay. Stop
So
me.
you don't feel
I
like
don't.
the state,
How do
you
feel?
haven't been sitting there every day of the
I've
trial.
been watching it every day.
You haven't been sitting there listening to every fact that comes
How
out
do
for
you
the
feel
trial.
about it?
AJ, look.
No, don't ask me a question.
I'm gonna tell you. I feel like
Did they prove racketeering?
no.
Okay, so-
No, but they some element of of sex trafficking they have.
And then this is where we
Okay.
get into the semantics.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
look,
yeah.
based on what it is we know.
Coercion? Did they prove coercion?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't
That's
think
up
so.
to the 12 in the box.
I don't
You know.
agree. I don't think so.
We ain't been sitting there
The fact that
listening
they
to
already
100%
dropped-
of the testimony.
The fact that they already dropped a lot of those charges live
AJ.
lets you and I both know. They don't say, okay, and again, like we said in a previous episode, they're going to throw a lot of shit to the wall and see if it sticks.
Well, listen, case in point, right.
If you keep talking about how many bottles of baby oil somebody owns, you're not doing a good job proving your case to the jury.
Listen to me. And,
That's all I'm
if
saying.
you think that, then you got a lot of shit to study about being an attorney, an attorney, because what they're doing is they're painting character references. I don't care how much. Look, bro, I sit there and watch juries look at shit, the shoes people wearing and what they got on more than the facts of the case. So if you think that prosecutor keeps saying baby oil, baby oil, baby oil, he's planting a seed in these people's heads about.
No, he's trying to.
That of course they're all trying to. That's why it's called a trial.
But
everybody's trying.
Okay, so give me the breadcrumbs. Baby oil equals guilty because of what?
No, sir. Baby oil equals bad character reference.
How?
So listen. If somebody that will lace baby oil or make people put it
Never
on
lace-
against,
no, never lace baby oil.
Stop, brother.
Never prove it in court.
If he will make somebody, if he has the potential to make somebody do this beyond their want to, let's just say, right?
Well,
if he has the potential to do that, then he has the potential to do other things.
I understand.
You asked me a question.
No, I understand character references, which is why they're talking about him beating up Cassie and showing the video, even though he wasn't on trial for that.
Sure.
To show character. No baby oil was ever laced. That's a fact.
No, I know. No.
So my point I'm saying is that I can go buy some baby oil right now. I can go buy one bottle. I can go buy 100,000. I can go buy.
Man, it wasn't
hey,
laced.
Lock. I can go buy 100,000 bottles.
Right, a truckload of it.
If I
Diddy
need to.
Jr. Right.
Yeah. Hey. What is that? That's my sex life. What I do in my private life, sexually, if it's not illegal. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying.
They're
bro.
not. Listen, bro. It's more than just just what he's doing within the means of his bedroom with like one person.
I want to know. No,
They're
whether
suggesting that
whether
people
it's more
did
people.
this shit against their will.
No, they didn't.
I got it. That's what you. I'm telling you what these people are suggesting.
People trying to get paid. Period.
I agree with
okay?
that too.
And that's what's happening. And I'm moving for this. From now on, Governor Newsom, if you happen to be watching this, or anybody that's on any board or any type of council to make laws, if a woman, and I got daughters. I'm all for women. I'm all for women's rights.
You're a
I
girl
love
dad
women.
for real.
First of all, and I don't want no harm to become of any woman.
Right.
But if a woman is alleging sexual assault, sexual abuse, she needs to file a criminal complaint in order to go to the civil route. They shouldn't be able to skip the criminal part and go right to the civil for the bread.
That's what the laws are.
No, it's not what the laws are. You can go. No, none of these women filed a civil criminal court. Case.
No. What I'm saying is the law allows you to do that.
No, I understand that. I'm saying we need to change that law.
But that's not a Governor Newsom thing.
Well, whoever's if Governor Newsom's listening, get at somebody for me. That's what I'm trying to say. Anybody that's in power, anybody's in charge.
You got to write
Senator,
your local Congress
congressman,
people
absolutely.
and Senate people, bro. They got to pass these
You can't
bills.
file no civil case without a criminal case being filed first.
You're saying if criminal behavior is alleged.
I'm saying if you're saying you were sexually assaulted
so
or
if
raped,
criminal
yes,
behavior is alleged,
You
you should
shouldn't
not
be-
be able to go straight to the
No.
bread before you go to
go
criminal.
to that
law.
criminal case first.
And if he gets convicted there, now you
Go
can
get
go
your
after
money.
the bread. Okay,
Absolutely. I'm
Listen,
not
you might
against
be
it.
on to something.
I'm not
with
against
that.
you getting your bread.
Jizzle, you might be on to something.
If he really violated you, put him in jail first, then get your money.
And then go that route.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm not mad at that. You might be on to something.
Thank
with
you,
that
Locke.
one.
I appreciate
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
That means a lot coming from you.
Listen, so what you the one that wanted to talk about the Diddy shit first. So what do you want to get out there? Mr. Vindication.
And so what I want now, okay, from the
Please.
people is this. Now that you've heard the facts, you've heard the prosecution, you've heard the defense, you haven't heard from Diddy, you heard the apology, which I got flack for that. You heard from Cassie.
I'm still on you about that.
You heard from Cassie, two sides. You heard from everybody. I just want to know, what do you guys think now? That's all. What's your opinion now?
Yeah,
because when it first came out and it had 1,000 bottles, y'all thought Puffy was this and that, and it was all, I heard it all. I'm just asking, what do you think now? You think he's guilty? You think he's innocent?
What do you think now? Leave us with that.
I think Puffy walks from there. I think Puffy, if they find him guilty, it's time served. He's going, hey, he's home by the 4th of July. That's what I think.
Well,
4th of July might be too soon because they're still going to go through deliberations and all that. But I think if he's found guilty of anything, it's going to be time served. That's what I think.
All right.
What do you think?
I mean, listen, I think we came too far to turn back now. You know, I think that we so deep in, that if I think if they find him guilty on a few things, he still got a little more time to do.
Well, the charges that carry the most time, Lock, are the ones that they drop down.
Doesn't matter that they dropped him. They still may have a little bit to do. Shit, he ain't even been in there a full year.
I mean,
I'm just trying to tell you. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't think so.
It's still Puff. He still got bread.
Yeah, listen, this is the man they wouldn't give bail to, who offered him a king's ransom and the rights to every firstborn child in America.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why you think
well, it's by design. They don't. What I'm saying is, so would you think they just gonna? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
They were saying
they
that
gonna
he was
get that nigga some
intimidating.
time to do.
Well, it's not up to them. It's up to the jury.
No. It's up to the jury to find him guilty or not. They are not they are the trier of fact.
Correct.
Okay, that's it.
The judge is gonna sentence
them. There
him
you go.
Based on the charges and what they carry.
There you go. That's it.
Okay.
So
I just
but you know, his attorney gonna do shit like character references and sentencing memorandums, shit that they all do like that to go ahead and
So yeah, I just wanted to get that off, and I want to know from the people now in the comments, what do you think about Puffy now?
Yeah.
Guilty? He's gone forever? Is he coming home? What is it? There's no right or wrong answer. Okay.
That's what AJD want to know.
That's all. And if you want to send me an apology, I'll take that too.
Listen, transitioning into something that's heavy on my heart, obviously, and heavy on our minds here. I want to talk about something, bro. This is about life. This is about humanity. Okay?
Absolutely.
And before I get into this, I want everybody out there to understand one fucking thing.
Which is what?
Nobody in this country, I will say it again, without the exception of Native Americans or what is considered American Indian, okay, can go back no more than 5 or 6 generations without finding a fucking immigrant. Do you understand? You can't do it. I don't care what color your skin is. You can't go back more than 6 generations and not find an immigrant. Okay? That's out. Like this is a fucking crazy situation that we're in here. So, look, I understand that there are rules and laws. Okay? Now, if you want the law followed, then what gives you the right to fucking bend it? That's where I'm going with this ICE shit. They're now over. Look, aside, I don't even want to talk about the riots. That's low-hanging fruit. Let's go deeper. Pause. Let's talk about how they're disregarding what the fuck federal judges are telling them they can and can't do. The law. They're going outside. What do you feel about that?
Well, first, I feel like this whole thing is just, you know what? Some time ago, people would just always say, bro, this is not a real place. It's like it's Gotham City.
Sure.
And
you talking about L.A. or just
the world?
US is like Earth.
Yeah, just the world.
Earth,
you know,
days.
You'd be like, yo, it's like this can't be a real place. And so 2 weeks ago, I saw a video of someone that posted they were at a car wash in Downey, right off Firestone.
Yeah.
Area that I know well. And ICE pull up, and they are literally chasing people through the car wash. I'm thinking to myself, bro, this cannot be reality. This can't be reality, fam. Like, this is not...
You think they doing a lot of this shit for shock value?
No, they're doing it because it's just their job, and they're just trained to do what their job is. I'm just like, how inhumane are we? Like, at the end of the day, we're still human people, bro. Listen, we don't treat dogs like we don't treat animals like this.
Talk that shit.
Okay, if you let somebody see you mistreating the dog,
the motherfuckers will be jumping out of bro.
Listen, it's gonna be bad. But now you're talking about separating. In the Valley, they went to a graduation trying to take kids.
Yeah,
just trying to do all kinds of crazy shit that I don't agree with none of personally. And again, listen, I'm not. I'm like you. Immigration's like, look, bro, we're all immigrants. Okay? Period. You know what I'm saying?
What are we talking
Some
about?
of us are brought here, you know, back in the day against our will. Even for
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Even for my Hispanic brothers and sisters, before they purchased, you know, California, that was Mexico.
Right, yeah, of course.
They were still here already as well.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And so it's like, even though this administration is making Hispanics the face of this issue, though, but you know, we all need to get together because you got African immigrants, you got Indian, you got Asian,
Middle
you got
Eastern,
China,
Haitian,
everybody, bro.
yeah,
Armenian,
listen.
everybody. We all. This is not. We can't
look,
leave the Hispanics.
I'm
to fight
glad
this
you
alone.
brought that up
That's my
because
point.
this is what I want to know. Okay, if we're as long as we're on, how come you motherfuckers ain't raiding those little projects and shit over there in Boston, where all them Irish and immigrants and shit like that? Why are you? What's going on with that? How come we don't see news about ICE agents running down and tackling people and separating? How come y'all ain't running them down? Make that make sense to me, huh?
Good question.
Okay, why are you picking on? Why are you targeting? And why are you going after rural, low-income neighborhoods that just so happen to have melanated people in them?
I just
Make that make sense to me.
I just read today that California alone stands to lose $278 billion
with all
okay,
the immigrants being
without them being here.
period.
Okay, $278 billion, fam. And my thing is this: listen, I'm against. Listen, if you're out here committing crimes, rape, murder, whatever, cool, do your thing. This is affecting people that I know.
Cool, do your thing. We're against.
No. I'm saying cool, do your thing for ICE to get them out of here.
Oh, okay,
like, cool,
I got you. Okay,
do your thing, get the people out of here. That's fine. This situation is affecting people that I know personally, that I know that are hardworking.
Look,
at work every day, hardworking, just trying to make a dollar and feed their families.
What I want to lead this into is this is now going into a place where it's even alleged that they're getting rid of, or that they're attempting to take and kidnap and get rid of people with green cards and visas and legitimate document.
I heard that.
The word is undocumented. These are documented people that are supposed to be here under the rules and regulations and protection of the government based on the paperwork they're here under. Okay? I'm hearing that they're even finding ways to get rid of people like that. Now, here's where I'm going with this. If they can find a way to get rid of them, and some people are alleging people that are citizens, okay, that they can get rid of your black ass and my black ass too eventually. If they're disregarding the rules and the laws and what the federal courts are saying.
Where I'm going to go?
My point is, that's what a lot of people are thinking. Allegedly, they sending them to places in the... Listen, bro, this is all alleged. I have no fact. I read this somewhere, but I didn't back this up, okay? But it's not far-fetched. Do you know what happened in Argentina, like, way back when? This is probably, like, in the 40s and 50s and shit.
No, what?
Probably a little later than that. You know the Pope that just died? Was it Francis?
Yep.
This is what the movie, The Two Popes, this is what he was alleged to have known about or been a part of and never said anything. Okay. They alleged that in that movie. But when Argentina was attempting to get rid of a lot of people that were considered, I don't know, maybe immigrants or scourges to society, or people that the government wanted to get rid of when they were, you know, going against whatever the government was saying.
Poor people.
Wasn't just poor, but just people who believed in a different ideology. They called them socialists, Marxists, whatever. I don't know. You know, they drugged them, put them on planes, and threw their bodies in the middle of the ocean. Okay, this is a real. You can look this up, and they even make remnants of it in the movie The Two Popes. I don't know, millions.
Damn.
Right. So here's the deal. There's people alleging that these planes are taking off full of these immigrant people that are being rounded up by ICE, and that they're not taking the itinerary that
they're not taking the exact
plan. Right. You know what I mean? Now, whether that's true or not, who knows? But it's not far-fetched because it's happened in history before. That's what I'm saying. With people who were actual citizens of the place. I'm telling you that if these people will disregard laws, regulations, federal and state alike, okay, and what judges are saying that they can and cannot do, they will do anything. So here's the deal. Tailor it into the black people who don't want to stand with our Latino brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I understand that you may feel that Latinos are racist. They don't care. They don't like black. Some, I'm saying. I'm talking to the black people that feel like this.
But a lot of this stems from before the election. You know, you had Latinos for Trump, Mexicans for Trump, Cubans for Trump.
Yeah.
And they're buying into what he's selling, right? And we are on the other side saying, bro, this guy's lying.
Right.
And so he wins. Hey, no problem, no harm, no foul. And now that he's doing what he's doing, now these same people that voted for him are now crying out now for help.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did it.
So the black community were saying, hey, listen, you voted for him, bro. Y'all deal with this. We
tried to tell you.
Yeah, you got to deal with it.
Now I understand how some of the
and
black
I don't know if I feel like I'm okay with that.
Listen to me.
Excuse
me.
But
I heard the minister say before, look, all of it, 100% of it is a trap. Okay? To get rid of, to attack and get rid of those who are lower on the totem pole and the food chain, right? So you hear about all this Bill Gates, depopulate this, depopulate that. This is just one of the pieces of the puzzle they're saying. You get what I'm saying? How do you make it easy to get rid of people? Division. You got to separate them. So hold on, Jizzle.
I don't know.
What they're doing is they're separating communities.
I don't know. Listen, there is information.
Sure.
And then people take information and then they can kind of create some propaganda, let's just say.
Of course.
So when Barack Obama was president, Barack Obama got rid of 3 or 4 million immigrants.
No, more than that.
Okay? So
more than that.
My thing is that listen, if we're going to be in a civilized society, there's checks and balances. There's a ways to go to do anything.
That's what's at hand. We're talking about following laws.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
we're not talking about what the law state. We're talking about following.
There's checks and balances, right? So Barack did it a certain way, but got rid of a gang of immigrants, illegal aliens. I'm sure all races, okay?
Undocumented people.
Yeah. And so
not
obviously, I don't think anyone had a problem with that or had an issue with that. Let's just say, okay. But the issue now isn't what they're doing per se on the larger scale. It's how
that's
going
what
about doing
we're saying.
It. Correct. Yeah,
you're
it's
not
how
lawfully
you're going
doing it. There's no due process
Correct.
Being given to these people.
You know, you're trying to go to an elementary school and get access so you can snatch a kid up.
Let me ask you a question.
So that you know his parents can come, and now you got a whole it's just come on.
Let me ask you a question. Your baby is half Belizean, half Armenian.
Correct.
Right. A third.
And black.
Right, and black. No. That's obviously. What I'm saying is, Now, obviously, 2 of those are migrant people to this country.
Absolutely.
Right.
Shout out Belize. Shout out Armenia. Love
right.
y'all.
So listen.
Bar loose.
Imagine they try to take your baby, or somebody in your family, or your baby mama family and shit like that. Imagine they try to do that because of what your child may be mixed with, or what they think may be her situation, her immigration status, her citizenship. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Imagine them having no actual physical proof of anything. They just run up and get to. Imagine you're standing there.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. If it's me, it's gonna be an issue.
Period.
Which is what's been happening out here since they came to LA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's been an issue.
But you have a big thing that you wanted to talk about in terms of you wanted to address.
So exactly what I wanted to address was the fact that where we're going along with this right now, which is that the Hispanic community feels like that the black community has not had their back. There's been a lot of talks about this on podcasts and social media and everywhere.
Yeah.
And
this is our take on it.
Yeah, this is our take. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a back story first. But the overall, the thoughts are that blacks are saying, look, you guys voted for that, so we're not going to get involved in that. Okay? You voted for him. You guys deal with it. Hispanics are saying, look, y'all need us to have y'all back because when we get involved,
which is very true,
we make shit happen. Okay? Which is true. And so through these conversations, though, on different podcasts, it's a lot of different topics have been coming out about the tensions between the black and the Hispanic community.
Sure.
Okay? And so I'm going to narrow this down to Southern California, though, you know. And a lot of blacks feel like, a lot of black people, especially in my friend group and friend circle, feel like Hispanics are racist towards black people. Okay?
To which you feel like that's not true.
I don't feel like that.
Right.
I feel like people can be racist. I feel like there is a small percentage, you know. If I had to say the percent, I would say, I don't know, 10, 15%.
Jizzle, I'm not trying to cut your teeth. I ain't trying to cut your feet off or nothing like that. But listen, by definition, no black or Mexican person can be. I got it. So I'm not trying to. So when we're saying the word racist, we're saying we're more bigoted and prejudiced, and you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
So, you know, there's this feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so my take is in Southern California it's different here because Southern California is ran by gang culture. So obviously,
prison and gang culture,
so if you're in jail, obviously everything's divided by race. There's gangs here. Gangs are also divided by race for the most part. So you're gonna have a different element of unfriendliness based off of that own specific element, which is the gang and jail culture.
Especially if the jails are running,
which is how it is here in Southern California. Now, aside from that, okay, aside from the jail culture, aside from the jail and gang culture, I'm asking myself, do I feel like that? I don't feel like that. Some of my best friends are Mexican. Some of my best friends are Hispanic.
I don't feel like that either.
You know?
Listen, there are groups. There are what do you call sects? SETS. There are factions of every group that have, you know, good and bad apples, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm choosing to get nigga with like-minded, the like frequency. Your frequency is here, mine is here. All right, I'm with you. You know what I mean? No matter what color your skin is. I believe that the bad apples in both of the low frequency people in both of the cultures are just kind of finding each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, if that's where your mind is at, if that's what you're thinking, then you're gonna find that.
What I want to say to the people is that
not cultures, races,
whether you're whatever race you're on, black, Hispanic, whatever. I think that we need to be sensitive to the fact that the other people feel that way, and ask yourselves, why do they feel like that?
What do you mean?
So let's say if I'm Hispanic and I'm saying, bro, these black people don't like us, right?
Oh, you saying like, well, what are we doing to cause them not to? So
if I'm black and they're saying, yo, this black guy don't like us, I'm saying, what am I doing to make them feel like that? That's not true.
Yeah, that's
and vice versa to the Hispanic community out there. And I know a lot of this is gonna sound funny, and I'm not trying to make it a joke about it at all, okay? But a lot of this shit stems from black men dating his Mexican girls. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like because the parents will be like, don't date this black guy. Or the brother will be like, don't date this guy or whatever. Just because of that reason, a lot of that hate or dislike stems from that. But to me, that's not racist. That's just a preference.
But it goes even deeper than that. It's, you know, it's just going by what's being shown.
I don't think that. But I don't think that's. If I asked Angela's brother-in-law, he has a daughter that's 17. Hey, what you want her to date? Would you be mad if she dated a black guy? He wants her to date an Armenian guy.
Yeah, that's only natural.
But a preference is not you being prejudiced.
Of course not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I want my daughter, Robbie's having a baby. He wants his daughter to date whatever. That's not racism. That's not prejudice.
Of course not.
That's
would be
just a preference.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, but sometimes people in our community feel like that's prejudice or bias because of that reason. I'm saying no, it's just a preference. And it's not a prejudice. It's not a discrimination.
No. But it is a bias by definition. Listen.
But that's okay.
But you know, and that's fine. Like it's not, you know, it's no issue with that. I'm saying this, look, if there's an inherent problem between two races, then you have to show me the root cause of it. If you asked 100 different niggas why they don't like 100 different white folks or 100 different Mexicans or vice versa, or whatever, if you ask 100 different black people why higher income, why they don't like lower, you would just get 100 different reasons. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like this is like a pseudo thing. It's not real. It's a sugar pill. This is something being fed to the masses to make you believe. I was going, right. Yeah.
Because we're all, and this is not saying we just us, all people in general, bro.
Yeah.
We're all together in everything. You know what I'm saying? But blacks and Hispanics, bro, us more likely than anybody. It's like, nigga, why the fuck are we beefing?
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
So, but it's a tough situation anytime that race is brought up, and especially between
it's a sensitive thing, but you gotta stop being so sensitive.
But between us, especially, man, it goes back, you know, a lot of years, especially here in the city, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we have to figure out a way to unite it, and we have to support in my opinion, the black community, bro. We have to get out and support not just Hispanics, Mexicans, Asians, any other race who there is an injustice being happening to them, we have to get out and support that. We have to get out there and we have to be front line with them. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Right.
All people, all races. I don't feel like this is a problem for one specific race. I feel like this is a humanitarian problem.
Sure, and I think that's the outcry of the people. That's another thing.
This is a people problem that we should all be out there celebrating.
And you got to be careful of what you call or refer to as riots and shit like that.
We haven't had a riot yet.
Nobody. Thank you for saying that. Nobody, no group of people gets up in the morning and says, "Yeah, let's fuck up the city. Let's turn it upside down."
Correct.
A riot, quote unquote, is an outcry of the people. Civil insurrections, so on and so forth. When you do these things and you have these things, it's usually because somebody is reacting. A group of people is reacting to something that happened already. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to ask yourself, well, what's the root cause of that? If somebody were to come, you would be pretty upset if somebody were to hit your daughter. You would be pretty upset, bro, right?
Absolutely.
But the first thing well, what the fuck happened? Why'd you because that's important. How did this happen? Why did it happen? Where did it? All of those.
I might get at them first.
No, of course.
And then once I subdue them,
right.
Then I'm gonna say what happened.
What the fuck is going on?
Absolutely.
Case in point, but the what, how, why, all of that shit is just as important as what
somebody
happened.
Hit one of mine. They're getting subdued first and off top. Then I'm gonna start asking questions. Okay. I'm not gonna ask what happened first.
No, what I'm saying is you be like, what the fuck is going on? You be like, what the fuck? Who? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you got to get the specifics first.
No,
so what I'm saying is that's a key in any of this. If people ain't just rioting or showing civil insurrection for no reason, civil unrest for any reason, but this is a reaction. What's going on here?
But these things have been going on for so long. It's now. I feel like now is the time. We're in the information age.
Sure.
Okay. Information at the power of your fingertips. Phone, laptop, information is there for you to get. This right now, more than ever, is a time for all of us to come together. More than ever. If you don't see what's going on around you in the world, everywhere, you got to remember, bro, the government's here to serve the people, bro. We're not.
I'm glad you said that.
Speaking
of what's going on around the world, before we get into this next subject, I want to say this. I'm very proud, and I want to stand up and say that I want to give a very special thank you, send my love and a shout out to Captain Ibrahim Traore from the leader of Burkina Faso, okay, who is doing what any and every leader should do, who did what Brother Gaddafi was doing. I want to just give my shout out to that. I love what you're doing, brother. Hopefully one day I can visit and take my family to Burkina Faso. And, I just wanted to say that before we jump into this.
Who is this? And what is Burkina Faso? I'm lost.
Listen, of course, look, we don't
give
have
me
time
the information.
For it.
Just
look,
give
bro,
me.
you just gonna have to
give me a quick synopsis.
Captain
Who is
Traore is the guy who's basically kicking all of the white colonists out of his country in Africa. Burkina Faso is a country in Africa, kicking them all out, using his own money and his own resources to fund his people, and he's championing that.
Hey, he ain't gonna be around long.
They keep saying that. They've had multiple attempts on his life, and he's made it. But if he's not around long, it doesn't matter. He made the blueprint already, and he has a couple of other leaders in Africa to follow suit.
Gaddafi made the blueprint,
which is what Ibrahim Traore is following. You see how that's happening?
Okay.
So it's like Pac said, I may spark the brain
for the next.
There you go. And that's so I want to say that.
Yeah, shout out to
Secondly,
Ibrahim.
Before we get into this, I want to listen. This is all a fucking. This is all a ploy. I believe a lot of it they're using to take the attention off the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files.
We already knew that.
I'm gonna keep saying it.
But Elon Musk already said that.
Of course we know that, but they're doing all of this shit so we won't talk about it.
I don't believe
so
that.
Before any question I ask, you answer today, I'm gonna leave with this. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files.
I don't believe that. I heard that. That's what I'm saying. Information is key. And they're saying that this is but bro,
he's in there. I believe
he said we're gonna release the files. His name was in there. Files didn't come out. Listen? I'm not even gonna say that. I was gonna say this. Hypothetically, this is hypothetical. Hypothetically, if I'm telling my girl I'm not talking to no other females, and she's like, but I know that I am. I'm not gonna give her my cell phone. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's Donald Trump. He's not doing that. I'm not giving you these files.
But I'm not gonna let you just use all this other shit as a distraction, and we're not gonna talk about it and put your punk ass on blast.
We're not using it. Elon Musk already told him we're not using it.
Listen to me. Everybody is so distracted.
Donald Trump being on those files is minor to all the other shit that's going on. Hey,
listen, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Still,
okay,
he's in the Epstein files. How about that?
We knew that already.
That's that. And I'm going to keep saying it so that people's attention is on that too, and not just on ICE and not just on, you get what I'm saying?
We're on the
which
bigger
what we're
issue.
transitioning to,
which is
the war and the genocide that's being attempted on Palestine. That's not being attempted, it's being done on Palestinians.
I don't want to get too deep on this because everybody's up in arms, and I feel like I'm up in arms.
But we have to tell the truth.
We got to tell the truth.
Period.
And here's what I'm going to say about this real quick, okay? And I want to speak out to, and usually I'm joking when I say that. I say radical Christians, but my mom's a Christian, so I'm not saying radical. I just want to say this. Sometimes
Bible thumpers, I call them.
You can have your religion, and you can believe in whatever you want to believe in. I have no problem with that. But when your beliefs make you blinded to what's really happening in reality, that's where I have an issue at.
Talk.
Okay? That's my issue. Okay?
Talk.
I know the Bible says that they're the chosen people, the land's and I get it, and I don't got a problem with it.
I do.
What I have a problem with is people turning a blind eye to what is happening and the atrocities that are being committed over there.
I don't think they turning a blind eye.
No, they are
just
turning
so
a blind
low frequency, they don't give a fuck.
No,
they know
they're turning
exactly
a blind
what's
eye.
going on.
They're turning a blind eye. And we spoke about this earlier, you know, and the colonizing, and I don't want to get into all of the specifics about what's happening between Israel and between Palestine, but it's an atrocity. You know, they now there's a ceasefire with Iran. They want to get back to bombing Gaza now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm all about peace everywhere. Peace here in our homeland. Peace in the Middle East, peace in every region across the world, peace in Africa, peace everywhere, okay? We as a people, we have to find a way to come together and quit trying to, belittle others and put ourselves on top of others.
I read somewhere that you have to go after peace the same way you go after war. It has to be the same energy and the same vigor. You get what I'm saying? So here's what I'm here to tell you, AJ. Peace ain't gonna fall through the fucking roof on everybody's lap. You understand what I'm saying? Love and hate is the same emotion, bro, going in opposite directions. We keep saying it. It's the same shit. You have to approach it the same way with the same amount of effort.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Listen, you don't have to agree.
Disagree with that.
Listen,
and that's not a fact. Martin Luther King
did
his thing peacefully.
Listen,
hold on,
because you disagree don't mean that's not a fact.
But what I'm saying, look at Martin Luther King did his things peacefully.
And got nowhere.
How you say he got nowhere?
That's okay. That's my opinion. Like you saying, that's not a fact.
But it is a fact.
But no. What I'm saying is a fact.
Okay, how is that a fact though? How did he get nowhere?
What are you talking about? Because in his last 2 fucking years of his life before they assassinated him, you should read some of his. I'm going to invite you to do that.
I know the last speech you want to talk about. I do.
Well, then how are you saying that?
Okay, Locke. So let's just talk about what happened when they protested in Selma. They got results. They did the boycott on the buses. Got results. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not here. I'm not against you. They
didn't get the desired result. How about that? They didn't get all the way where they wanted to get.
Okay, here what I'm saying
I'll take that back. Not to say that they didn't get nothing done.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
You get what I'm saying? They didn't get the desired result. That's all I'm saying.
They got
to
results.
which he was at. Listen to me.
They got
results.
They
didn't get the desired result. Okay? Nigga, if I'm going for 10 and I get 5, well, shit, I got some, but I didn't get what I was going after. That's the point I'm going with, okay? Here's the deal. I believe that when you're going after peaceful things, you have to go at them with the same vigor. Now, when you are in places that have a deep, deep, deep sense of like, this history go back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years type shit, then the people these days, we don't really understand. Nigga, we wasn't around at inception. We got the stories translated down through the years. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to get back to a peaceful resolve, then you got to dig up some of them old, nigga, what was at the crux of that? It's like niggas here. Like, you know how the young niggas are saying, look, like LA shit. You know how niggas are saying with the shit, they like, bro, you don't even know why you beefing with these niggas. This nigga probably some nigga probably fucked your OG baby mama, right. And then that started the whole, you see what I'm saying? And then you figure out what kind of bullshit. But until you get back to what was the root cause of it, you'll never know how to just say.
You got to get back to the origin.
There you go.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I do for that. But I'm just saying, I don't think that you have to attack it with the same mentality as you attack a war with. That's all
No,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, no. The same energy is what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Oh no, the energy.
The
for
same
sure.
level.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
to go
yeah.
at it the same way.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
You
I
get what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
You can't just sit. You can't just be like, it's war. I want to fuck this nigga up, get up
And
and
the
do
only reason
whatever.
I'm
And
saying
then,
that-
and then look, I want to get along with this guy, but you sit in your house and don't do nothing.
And the only reason I'm
no,
saying
you got to go out and initiate the peace with
the
the
only reason
person.
I was saying that about Martin Luther King is because do you know that the DEI protests? So you know when they came and they canceled all the DEI shit.
Yeah,
So everyone protested Target.
I was one of them.
$4 billion lost.
Right.
This has been the most successful protest
I saw that. I read that.
since
Since the boycott for the buses and
exactly.
shit. Yeah,
That's
I got
why.
it.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So things can happen, but like you said, it's not about the peaceful or not. It's the energy.
But
in
look at
regards to
look at the
Absolutely,
effort. That's what I
absolutely.
mean. You have
Okay.
to go after
I'm
that
with
the
you.
same
I'm
way.
with you on that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
So,
think about it. So 2025 protests, as opposed to the 60s, has been the most
damn near 70
successful.
years ago.
Correct.
Shit,
Yeah, it's ridiculous, crazy.
yeah, it is. Listen, so before we wrap that up, I want to just say one thing. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, nigga.
We
Period.
already knew that.
Period. AJ, I'm reminding these niggas.
No, I'm saying I think
You know what
everybody
I'm
knows.
saying? Everybody, you distracted
what?
with everything else. Know that too.
You
I'm
know
not
what?
finna let this
Here's the
clown
thing.
motherfucker get away with this
Listen,
shit.
bro, I don't hate anybody. But I want somebody to tell me, what is your infatuation with Trump? For real. What is it?
Nigga, what is his infatuation with us?
No, I
With
don't.
wanting the spotlight and the camera and wanting to be seen and wanting to throw parades for itself.
No.
Nigga, you
I'm
define
saying,
that first.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying to a person that is a Trump supporter.
Right.
I'm saying I want you to tell me, what is your infatuation
because
with the guy?
listen, I don't know what it is. This is speculation.
Okay, I'm
He
here.
represents an idea.
Does
You
he?
understand
What
what I'm
idea?
saying? He represents an idea that
What is the idea?
that listen, look at what he stands for.
What?
That men could treat women that way, that white men could treat other races that way, that you could stand up and disregard the government and disregard. That's what these motherfuckers want to do. He represents what they wish they could do and be, bro. Make all the money in the world. Talk about women how you want to talk about them. Have a million baby mamas. Have these motherfuckers be immigrants and you getting rid of immigrants. Like, you get what I'm saying? The rules don't apply to you.
His wife's an immigrant.
That's what I said. And you getting rid of immigrants. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Shit's
the rules
crazy.
don't apply to you. He represents
So
what they
people-
wish they
hey,
could be.
So people want lawlessness and just all.
Well, no. They don't want lawlessness. They want the laws the way they want them. They want to be above them.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? And that nigga's showing that. That's why they called the anti-protest and shit. This
No king
no
day.
king, nigga. This ain't no fucking monarch shit.
Because it was his birthday, he wanted to say he wanted to.
You see
spread
what I'm
like a
saying?
King. Absolutely.
Like who did he get that from? That he ridiculed before?
Who? Obama.
Kim Jong-un.
Oh,
Nigga, who threw a parade for his birthday, celebrating himself and shit with his army and spent all that money that he ridiculed, by the way, and then turn around and do the same thing.
listen, I'm over.
What
I'm
a
over.
fucking payaso. You're
Listen,
a clown, bro.
I'm not wasting no more energy on this nigga.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah, listen.
I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done
What's
with
next? Look,
I'm done with all politics.
real talk. Hey, your girl Megan Thee Stallion is
I'm
in
done
trouble.
with Megan Thee Stallion. I've been done with her.
Listen,
Shout out. Listen.
They in trouble over there.
First of all, shout out to Houston. You know, I got mad love for all my niggas in
that's your
H-Town
second home.
and all my people in H-Town.
Listen, she's in trouble.
She been in
whole
trouble.
little. That
I
whole,
said it from day one. She
You
was
did.
lying.
You did, Jezzel. I gotta give
My
it to
own
you.
daughter, Alexis Dominique Diaz, turned on me. Roll with
Lexi
Megan.
blasted you.
Roll with Megan Thee Stallion over me.
That's real. Hey,
I
listen.
told her Tori didn't do it
Listen.
until she heard the Daystar album. Then
And
she
then
started switching up.
this is
Now
like-
she done came back home.
What about the Peterson? Really just put it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
listen.
That one, yeah.
So, real quick history. I've been fucking with Tory Lanez since day one. Okay, shout out to my nigga Speedy. BMF, welcome home.
What's up, Speedy?
Speedy took me to the video shoot years ago. That's how I met him. I've been on him ever since. Pause. But this situation, man, what I don't like is that they're blaming Jay-Z for it. Okay, first of all. Okay, and I'm like, I saw Mint Bleak on the pod. Mint Bleak got his own podcast now. Shout out
Yeah.
Mint Bleak, Rock Solid Podcast. But he was on the Breakfast Club, and he's like, yo, I'm just tripping off how they're saying we got all this power. Like, and people are connected, but I'm just like, come on, man. At the end of the day, 12 jurors sat up there, and the whole trial was a clown show. Okay, I watched it. It was televised, and it was a clown show. Okay, period. And I'm disgusted with the judicial system. I'm
Look.
disgusted with it all.
I was there.
He
I
should
was
be
there.
out. You were there.
I was there.
You was on jury duty.
Nah, nigga.
Wasn't you? Oh no, you
I
was
was
training.
I was handling some business.
I thought
in
you was
that building.
training.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, look, say what you want. Either way. Either way, he was there. He met Tory. They chopped it up. They built. You know what I'm saying? Tory never held his head low either.
Never. Nigga
Okay.
shook my hand, dapped
Kept
me
his
up,
head
told
held
me,
high through the
that
whole
nigga,
process.
Yeah, bro, he was really on this shit.
Listen to what I'm saying. And here's my regular question. When, because what's the website? 36 hours?
Yeah, 36 hours later.
36hourslater.com. Go to the website. All of the information and evidence and everything is uploaded on there. Just start at the top and go through everything until you get to the bottom. And I promise you.
Listen, it's about having, there was 36 hours to when the incident happened.
Absolutely.
To when
charges were filed.
Charges were filed, and now Tory's the bad guy. His attorneys, his publicists, and everybody involved on his side did a fucking immaculate job. Putting this website together, showing everything that took place from police body footage, ring camera footage, audio, phone
witness
calls,
testimony, everything.
Witness testimony, phone call, all of this shit. Listen to me.
Here's what
look, after you watch or listen to or pay attention to that, you would be hard pressed to think that this man is guilty of the crime they said he was guilty.
No, listen
of.
to this more importantly. And I'm talking to each and every person out there, it's mainly men. Okay, this is all for the men out there. Think about the worst trouble you ever got into in your life. And I guarantee it's behind a fucking female.
Well, I don't know. Most of the time, I done came in with some niggas that did some
No,
pretty
what about
stupid
you?
shit. Huh?
You yourself. Forget about the niggas. Me, behind a bitch every time.
That's you, not me, nigga.
The
Most
worst
of
trouble you ever got into?
Worst trouble I ever got into is never. Hell no, nigga.
What's the worst trouble you ever got into?
Shit.
This thing ain't ever even been in trouble.
Listen, I don't really want to talk about it.
He ain't never even been in trouble.
I don't really want to talk about it.
All I'm saying is, bro, you can't listen, bro. Megan Thee Stallion's foul. She lied. She knew she was lying.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. If you don't want to get in trouble, that's one thing. Don't lie on another person.
She said that.
Said what?
She said that's she didn't want to get in trouble. Remember?
No, she said he shot me, y'all.
No. What I'm saying is I'm not vouching for her. I'm saying she lied to the cop on cam saying I cannot go to jail. That's bad for my image. That's yeah.
I want to shout out somebody right now, Erica. I caught a case with her years ago. The police went down. Hey, there was a stakeout. They stuck her ass out, got her ass, took her down to the station.
Right.
Okay. You know, they played the game with her, had her in there, tried to freeze her over for a couple hours, came in there and told her, listen, just say he did everything. We'll let you go right now.
What'd she say?
He didn't do it.
Wouldn't do it. Didn't budge on you.
Didn't budge. Erica,
didn't budge on you,
hey,
Jizzle.
and if you're watching this, mad love and respect. Get at me. I owe you dinner or something, fam.
Dinner?
That's love.
Nigga, you owe her more than that. She kept your ass free.
Yeah, but she had to handle her own shit too, though.
Right,
Whatever she had going on was between her and God and whoever else she was doing. That had nothing to do with me.
So all she get is dinner?
Yes. Also, all she get is dinner, a couple drinks, and some game. But appreciate you shouting you out. Love you. You feel me?
Oh, that's classic. That's what's up, though, bro. I love it. Hey, listen. I'm not happy about this.
What?
And I usually don't be giving nobody no hard time.
Okay. No, you give everybody a hard time, but I want to hear who this is.
I don't. I just tell the truth.
No.
Hey, listen.
Lakers, Niners, any sports, you want to give people a hard time anyway.
Jimmy, what the fuck were you thinking when you did? All right, you're either a genius or you're just absolutely crazy. Okay? You're either a genius because everyone's talking about your name now, and either you're smart
and he said
and
that.
we're dumb, or brother, what in the fuck was you thinking?
Let me play devil's advocate here for a minute. Okay? Just for a quick spin. So
you known to do that.
And the Jimmy that he's referring to is Jim Jones.
Yes,
okay?
sir. Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Making the fill the people in.
Jim Jones was on a podcast with Fat Joe and Jadakiss, and he was saying that he's better than Nas, and that he's more relevant
he's more
than Nas.
Influential.
He's more influential than Nas
and
now,
has more of a thumbprint
more
on the culture.
Relevant, exactly. All of those things, okay? And he said he was better. And he said he had more hits. He said he had more He said he had more Billboard
the numbers
entries.
These days.
Okay. He said he had more Billboard entries, and we did our research. That was a lie.
That was a lie.
Okay.
He had to come out and
he had to circle back off of that. So now here's the thing. Nas, who is one of the best MCs ever of all time, top 5 all time, gotta be. Okay. Nas came out in 91, 92? I don't think his first little single he was on. I know his album didn't come out till I want to say 94.
Right.
Jim Jones' first album came out when? 2000 and what? 2000 and something. So we're talking about two different timelines. Even though they're the same age, Jim Jones came out a lot of years later. You know what I'm saying? So, but now Nas just put out King's Disease, what, 3? 1, 2, and 3. Won a Grammy on one. I say 2 of them Grammy nominated. I don't know, man. I like Jim Jones. Okay, I'm a fan of Jim Jones. I listen to his music. He puts out good music. He puts out dope albums.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I fuck with Jimmy, but why do you have to say shit like that?
But is he more influential than Nas? For me, I'm gonna have to say no. There's no way. There's no way that's even possible to be.
I saw on Instagram the other day, it was 2 girls. They made a bet. They probably was around our age. They lined up a group of 15-year-old little niggas. I saw that. Okay, and they asked them, "Do you know who Jim Jones is?" No. You know who Nas is? No. Okay, next one. You know who Jim Jones is? No.
Yes.
You know who Nas is? Yes. They kept nigga. And if Jim Jones is saying, now I think they was in like New York and shit.
I don't know where they was at. I asked Lexo to go on her Instagram and ask her friends, and to my surprise, her friend group didn't know Nas or Jim Jones.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. Yeah. But chances are, if they do know either one of them, it's proven that it's Nas.
Well, I know for me personally, with my kids are gonna know Nas. They're gonna know Jay-Z.
Of course.
So it's a little bit. It's like I said. It's a little bit of a different. It's rigged almost.
Yeah.
You know, because
you talking about for you?
For me, because they're gonna be listening to they're listening to DMX, Biggie, Jay-Z, Pac. They listen to all the old school shit.
Right.
I listen to the new school shit too. So they own Jimmy too.
Right. Yeah.
But they know who Nas is. They know who
cemented.
Jigga. They know Biggie and all that. It's hard for the people because you're trying to figure out where they're coming from. But you know, Jimmy's. I don't know, man. It's a tough debate. You know, I listen to Ray Daniels. RJ put me up on his pod. He's talking about why shouldn't Jimmy feel how he feels, and why do we have a problem with that? Why do we have a problem with Jimmy feeling like he's that guy?
No,
and why does that bother us?
No. Listen to me, bro. We don't have a problem. See, and that's when the shit gets convoluted. You can't give the narrative. Jim Jones was very specific with what he said. He did not say, hey, guys, I feel like I'm the man. He singled out one person and compared himself to that person and said, I'm better than him. Okay?
Targeted him.
There you go.
Okay.
So Lee Daniels, let's not do that, my nigga.
You're right.
Stay, okay? Don't move the goalposts or paint the narrative different.
But even
there's
if
nothing wrong with feeling like you're the best, but you singled a person out, nigga.
But even
and
if
belittled that, you attempted to blow that candle out to make yours brighter.
Well, you know, I saw him on another podcast, Jim Jones. He cleaned it up, and
he did. I saw that too.
Yeah. And so, but if I say I'm better than Virgil, why? That's a problem. I'm singling him out. That's a problem now?
No, listen. It's only a problem when you're singling him out to belittle him. Okay? The bravado with which he was doing it. Communication is 85% nonverbal. The way the nigga was talking, bro. Come on, Jizzle.
No, I feel
okay,
that.
Then. That's what I'm saying. Like, nigga. It's not like he was saying that nigga was saying it like a silverback ape, nigga beating his chest.
Nah,
even when Jada and nigga, he wouldn't even when Joe was like, Jimmy, slow down, slow. He was like, nah, nigga, he wouldn't let him talk. Jada head was all the way back. Like, nigga, what are we talking about?
Jada was like, why did I even bring
right, like yeah.
Should have never even invited this nigga up here.
Right, that's crazy. Listen, real quick, are we doing TRQ today?
I don't got nothing for TRQ.
I thought so.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, listen, you better run.
Some?
You better run.
You could ask me if you want to ask me something.
Nah, I ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm just happy to be back. I said, you know what? Let's get in here. Let's get one under our belt real quick. Let's show people the new vibe.
I'm
show
more
people
than
the new
happy
digs.
to be back. Look at the new vibe.
Yeah,
look
let's
at the
get
new
people
digs.
on that.
Hey, the Trust Pod is motherfucking
then we get back on our whole tip.
Listen, before we get out of here, you know I can't let him get away with this.
What?
Okay? Is it even a contest anymore?
With what?
Or are you waving a white flag?
Oh, with what?
Kendrick and Drake. Is it even a contest anymore?
Contest about what?
Are
okay,
you, listen,
what?
Drake's still leading all every day.
He's still leading all streaming numbers. What are we talking about?
Now it's about streams.
What are we talking about?
I'm asking.
No, you're asking me what we're talking about.
Is it about streams only?
What do you want to make it about?
I'm asking you. Is it still a contest?
What contest about?
Between Kendrick and Drake.
I think Drake's still the better artist. So I mean,
no, of course. Okay. Is it? But you're one person. I'm one person.
I thought Kendrick won the battle. I don't think he had the better song of the battle.
But you kept saying on one of our past episodes, but Drake is winning, nigga, and like he won the battle, but nigga, the bigger artist, the bigger this. Well,
It's true.
Listen to me. I got it. You're talking about streams.
No.
Listen. Hold on. Stop. I'm going somewhere.
No, I don't. But let me just correct you. I'm not talking about streams, but streams is one avenue.
I got it.
That shows you
but
who
the stuff
the bigger
that you
artist
send
is.
me every time, and we talk about, is based around streaming.
I send you pro Kendrick stuff all the time. I send you about the concert.
No. You did.
Okay.
But that's where I'm going with it.
Okay.
Now you're talking about streams. I want to talk about concerts, live performances, and gross numbers.
Okay.
Is that a stalemate?
No, because when this Iceman drop and he go on tour, he gonna double up everything, and it's gonna be an ongoing. It's just never ending.
So you feel like Drake is back on?
I don't feel like he ever left. I don't feel like it's ever even been a contest.
You got to be the only nigga on the planet that feel like he never left.
Lock, he just dropped the album with Party Next Door.
It's hard, by the way.
That's yeah. That was banging. Like,
yeah, it is.
What are we talking about? He's working on a solo album.
Greedy.
Solo album finna drop. And what's gonna happen? It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna do stupid numbers. Just like I told everybody. I said everyone's talking about Kendrick streaming numbers with GNX. I said, watch when this Drake and Party album drop. What's gonna happen? Same thing I thought. Numbers went through the roof. It's ridiculous. Same thing when his solo album dropped. It's gonna be the same thing, bro.
I'm telling you, we're talking about numbers and effect on culture. I'm asking you, is it still a contest?
Numbers and effect on culture. I don't know. I can't.
Okay. If you had, I'm glad you said that, AJD. Now let me ask you in front of the people. If you had to ask, if they asked you right now, AJ, who got the culture in the palm of their hand right now, Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick. Yeah, okay. And if
I'm gonna go back to the first question. Is it still a contest?
If I had to ask somebody, Kendrick got the culture. How'd he get it?
He knocked off the head. He speared Goliath.
He had to go.
He had to go at Goliath.
He had to go holler at somebody. He had to go and mention someone else's name, start a beef with somebody, so that he could get the attention that he felt like he deserved, and he did that. Okay, cool.
AJ, look, let me give you. How did T.R.U.S.T get his name for sure?
Because he got crossed up by AI.
Because he got crossed up.
He got well, he failed. AI hit the 3, stepped over him. That's why you know who T.R.U.S.T is.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Like, but he did that to a nigga in a Laker jersey.
No,
at the
AI did it to yo.
No, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. He did that to it. What I'm saying is, nigga, you got to go at the best like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to go at that nigga. Did it to a nigga that was Shaq and Kobe's teammate, bro.
But listen, but at that time, like AI.
No, I'm saying the Lakers are up fucking here.
No, but AI. Listen. I've heard plenty of NBA people talk about this.
No, I listen. All I'm saying is he went at these niggas like that. T.R.U.S.T got his name because of what AI did to him and vice versa.
I don't respect the whole thing.
I'm saying that you gotta go. You gotta be a part of the top.
Being from the city, I don't like the fact that everyone's acting like what happened was cool because it was to me it was like some whole shit. I'm just gonna keep it real.
What?
This whole dynamic, this whole back and forth. You see what I'm saying? Kendrick saying he's doing it, for example. Kendrick saying, I'm doing what I'm doing for the culture.
Yeah. Because he wasn't even talking personal.
So he's getting at Drake for the culture.
Yeah.
Okay, so how come he ain't telling about Joey Badass? And Joey Badass is getting at all these niggas. He don't want to get into, he don't want to do it for the culture.
He's distracted. The niggas on tour and doing shit. What are you talking about, man? He ain't gonna stop for a small nigga like that.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm trying to help your point. Drake is a bigger artist. Like, he's not going to stop for a small nigga like Joey Badass,
when you want to do things
Kendrick
for the culture.
Lamar is not afraid of Joey Badass, bro.
So why you ain't saying nothing?
Nigga, who only Kendrick knows that? But he is busy, AJ.
Okay.
On tour and doing shit. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
So if Kendrick's not on tour, he's responding to Joey Badass?
I don't know that. I'm not Kendrick.
But
I'm saying,
what do you think?
I'm guessing that if he's not on tour, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But for sure,
he doesn't.
He has a personal thing against Drake.
Of course. I'm still team Drake, period. Okay? When the Iceman drop, you're going to know what time it is. Don't try to come back on this side.
What time will it be, AJ? What time will it be?
When the
Iceman drop.
It's going to be the what do they call that? The corning? Is that a word? The corning? What do they call that when the
corning?
No, not the corning. What they call it, man? Not the crowning, but when the person that's on top and comes back out and it happens again, it's like a coronation almost.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But it's just gonna be reality revealed again, and it's
What is
sad.
what is the reality?
It's
Stop
sad.
tap dancing.
It's sad that it has come to this. The reality is, like, that since Jay-Z's been out the game, and I heard that Jay-Z got another album coming out, and if he does, so be it. I'm ready for all of that. I heard he's doing a Super Bowl performance this next year coming up. But since Jay-Z's been gone, bro, Drake has been the #1 artist in the game, period. Year after year after year after year after year. And what's going to happen is it's going to continue with this album.
I'm lost.
Don't even download the shit.
I asked you one question.
I don't even want you downloading the shit.
Why? Why can't I? I've been just as much
You don't
Drake fan as
appreciate
you
it.
have.
No. I don't know.
I done redid all the niggas'
Look,
instrumentals.
you don't appreciate it, Lock.
I had our whole crew and everybody going up to the shit.
Nah.
So I'm just trying to think to myself, what will it be, Jizzle?
He's gonna remind everybody why he is who he is. That's what it's gonna be. Same thing when Tyson got out of jail and fought Peter McNeely, knocked him out. It's gonna be the same thing. Absolutely.
So listen,
one round
I got
knockout.
a question. So you're saying that? Let me change subject. Let me change the lane here. Do you think the culture is safe in Drake's hands?
It's been safe, hasn't it? Yeah.
I'm asking a question.
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It's been safe up until this point, right? Up until GNX drop, it hasn't been safe. You didn't have a problem with it. You only had a problem with it because Kendrick had a problem with it.
Nah, I can't let you give me my
Okay,
narrative,
all right.
man.
I'm
There
just
you
trying to
go
look.
again.
Okay.
But I will say this. I thought that for the most part, yeah, he was a good nigga to keep the culture safe with. And I thought that, right? And then things come out, and then you start to see shit. And
Things
notice
come out
shit.
like what?
I don't know, man. You know, the cornball pass that the nigga got. You know what I mean? The shit you didn't pay attention to, man. You know, and then you start to open your. I'm like, listen, the nigga's talented. He's dope. I fuck with him. Listen, bro, Drake. I love that nigga as an artist. But to ask, is the culture of hip hop safe in this nigga's hands? This nigga's a hit maker. This nigga has given me the soundtrack to my life just as much as Kendrick has. Okay, I'm telling you that. Me and this nigga done win 1,000 summers, nigga to Drake and Future. Okay, we have lived our lives, nigga. They have been the sound. First of all, we came up with this vibe junkie shit because of the way we was living, nigga, based on these albums and the shit I was making at the time.
Period.
Nigga, my music, Future, and Drake. Am I lying?
No, a lie has not been told.
Nigga, listen.
But what I have a problem with, Locke, is and these are some of the best times of our lives, correct?
Nigga, what?
And so, but now you're looking back in hindsight and saying that I don't know if it's in good hands with Drake. It was in good hands then.
Jizzle, I mean, what y'all Bible thumpers say? What's that verse? When I was a child, I thought like a child. I did childish things. Like now I'm an adult. Like the case in point, the metaphor there,
we was
the
adults
analogy
then.
there.
Like, we was adults then, and we're adults now.
What I'm saying is, I had a different mind frame, AJ.
Oh,
I was
different
drinking.
mind frame.
I was drinking. Okay, I'm doing all kind of low frequency
How
bullshit with you.
How many years
you
been
ruining
drinking?
my life, nigga. Okay,
how many
that's
years
what
you
I'm
haven't
doing.
been
I'm out
drinking?
here,
How many years you been sober?
Ooh, wee.
8?
Nigga, 7. Can
Okay.
you believe that? Going on 8.
Going on, let's just say 8. So since you've not been drinking and on low vibrational shit with me,
ruining my life.
Let's go back 6 years ago. The shit wasn't in good hands. I could get my phone and look up what album Drake came out with 6 years ago. It wasn't in good hands then, Locke.
No, you get what I'm saying.
When a nigga was battling Meek Mill, it wasn't.
I'm in a completely. Ooh, wait.
When a nigga was battling Meek Mill, it wasn't in good hands then.
Look, I'm not gonna say that the culture has been in good hands with Drake as far as music is concerned. Attitude and bravado and everything that goes along with hip hop, I don't know. Is that fair?
Attitude and hip hop and everything that's
And
going
bravado
on with
and
bravado.
everything that.
What's going on with bravado, bro? He battled Kendrick. He didn't run from that battle. That's hip hop.
No, what I'm saying is look, man.
That's his bravado.
Okay, I'm never the Drake stand. I can't.
I'm asking what your issue is. What you mad about? What did Drake do that you're like we're not in good hands?
We're talking about the culture.
What do you feel he violated the culture with?
No, I don't. Listen, he's not. Look, Kendrick really came up, nigga, in this hip hop culture in these streets like that.
Here we go.
He asked me a question.
Here we
I'm
go.
answering.
Every time. Here we
it's
go.
truth, righteousness, understanding spirituality, and time.
Look, bro. Look.
Okay.
Hey,
I go by the name of the LockWest
we don't got
Monster,
T.R.U.S.T.
AKA
I'm out of here.
Linwood Lock. We ain't got T.R.U.S.T.
Shut his mic off.
This nigga he finna die. So if y'all want us to keep having a fucking pod, okay, it's best that we end this shit right now before I dive across on this nigga.
Hector, come get him, man.
Okay, look. Shout out to my Team Den. Shout out to my niggas at the Den. Shout out to Hector.
Hey, listen.
Look, happy birthday to my beautiful mother. I love you.
Yes, Miss
You know
Yvonne,
what I'm
happy
saying?
birthday.
Mama Lock, Yvonne, I love you. Happy birthday. We at it again.
I don't know why we're not getting it popping on 4th of July. That's a whole nother topic.
Bro, after I come on the pod and tell everybody that the greatest shit ever is 4th of July.
And why it's not going down.
She's trying to hold out. I'm like, bro, what is going down this
That's
year?
a whole other topic.
But low key, she been doing too much traveling.
Okay.
Right now, she on the cruise.
We're gonna stall her out. We're gonna stall y'all moms for your birthday.
Listen, man,
Appreciate
look,
you, love you.
hey, listen, again, we appreciate however you are, however you may be listening, we appreciate your time and attention.
Click that subscribe button, like, share. Okay.
Follow, subscribe, please.
If you got any comments, questions, anything, get in the comments. We on IG. We on TikTok, Facebook. Get at us. Trust Podcast. Holla.
You already know what it is.
Peace.
Talking my shit, watching my time, smelling like success, feeling my vibe. All I hear is me, my competition's in the mirror, and the haters' love is all I have a fear of.